Sony has been having manufacturing issues with the PlayStation 5, as has everybody basically making a console right now. And their PlayStation 5 woes fortunately mean that they've taken a long, hard look at their manufacturing process and decided we're also going to make more PlayStation 4s. I think that's good news. Let's get into that story right now. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell if you like my videos. I do appreciate you watching. So this comes from Bloomberg. I believe they broke it first, but there's a lot going on with PlayStation 5 sales. I talked in a video yesterday about how Sony has had to reduce their sales forecast for the PlayStation 5 due to semiconductor constraints. They had to adjust their estimates for fiscal year 2021 to 15 million, and then it's down from 22 million. That was the goal. So now we're at 15 million, and there's a lot of reasons for this, mainly because of the semiconductor shortage that everybody is facing. To make up for that sales deficit, the PlayStation 4 is going to continue being produced through 2022. Originally, they had hoped to cease production on the console in 2021, but now they are extending that period. Clearly, Sony had goals for the PlayStation 5 that simply said the current world conditions are not allowing, and they're starting to realize this. So via Bloomberg, they said the Japanese conglomerate told assembly partners late last year that it would continue making its earlier generation machine through this year, according to people familiar with the matter. So extending it, instead of ending it at 2021, they have now extended it through 2022. The quote also noted that the PlayStation 5 has been in scarce supply since launch, and Sony has to wonder, how much revenue are we leaving on the table this year because we've decided to stop making the PlayStation 4? I do think that there might be another level to this that might not be considered, but I'll talk about that at the end of this story. There might be some good stuff on the way for fans of PlayStation. So that's going to add about 1 million PlayStation 4 units in 2022 to help out their bottom line, but it will be adjusted as needed. That's all according to the Bloomberg piece that I am citing here. So they even said that they believe the shortage will end. That's something that Sony has said. But the people making the semiconductors don't agree with that. Bloomberg also said, among the most severe supply chain bottlenecks today are cheap general purpose chips for audio, power, and wireless communication functions. So you're going to need all of that stuff in your PlayStation 5 to make sure that everything works the way they want, like that little speaker inside of the controller, for example, that Sony has. I think it's smart for Sony to continue making the PlayStation 4, and it continues Sony's path forward of slowly but surely taking their foot out of their mouth a little bit. They've said stuff like, we believe in generations, and now they're backpedaling on that. It came out that they weren't doing so well with their indie developers, and now they're working to rebuild those relationships, and things have improved there. It makes me feel really, really good about where Sony is going. It's just unfortunate that they had to have kind of a mess of a last year in terms of just bad press. And if you go back even further, when they said stuff like, we believe in generations, that quote has constantly been used as ammunition against them. That quote was, we have always said that we believe in generations, Ryan said. We believe that when you go to all the trouble of creating a next-gen console, that it should include features and benefits that the previous generation does not include. And that, in our view, people should make games that can make the most of those features. Well, of course, but the way that that quote came off to a lot of people was, we don't care about the PlayStation 4. Games are going to be PlayStation 5 exclusive, and that's how we want it to be. There's been a lot of great games on the PlayStation 5 console, but a lot of them are still also coming to PlayStation 4. Again, something I think Sony has realized, okay, maybe it's not quite that good of an idea to limit ourselves to 15 million in sales when we're just leaving over like 100 million on the table. It just doesn't make mathematical sense. It doesn't make business sense. I'm glad that they're adjusting that stance. So that's been used as ammunition against them, and they're realizing that, okay, we messed up. It is one of the best selling consoles ever. And there's, oh wait, sorry. So the whole "we believe in generations" thing, it made me kind of laugh out loud at the following quote. They said in the Bloomberg piece, a Sony spokesperson confirmed PlayStation 4 production would continue this year and said the company had not planned to stop making the console. It is one of the best selling consoles ever, and there is always crossover between generations, the company said. So "we believe in generations" has now turned into "there is always crossover between the generations," which is a true statement, which is what the original statement should have been. Glad to see that they're sort of making some adjustments there, as they do. I'm really happy to see that they're rebuilding bridges with the indie community. They're working on a new take for their PlayStation Now service that I'll be doing a separate video on later this week. And I'm not sure what else is going on behind closed doors, but I have noticed a marked improvement with how Sony is messaging things, the type of initiatives that they're working towards, and it makes me really, really happy to see. One of those initiatives, and one of the questions I have is there something more going on here? Have they figured out a way to leverage PlayStation 4 consoles, sort of similar to what Xbox has done with the cloud, where they will allow you to play Xbox Series X and S games on older generations of hardware? We know that there is a massive PlayStation Now revamp in the works, and I am curious if there's any sort of information there or if there's something going on. There's also a very interesting patent that seems to imply that Sony might have figured out backwards compatibility for their consoles, something that fans have wanted for a very, very long time. I'm sure they'll still have to figure out all the licensing issues, etc., etc. Anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about how PlayStation is preparing to reveal their version of Xbox Game Pass in a video tomorrow. But I do want to take a second and thank you so much for watching this video today. Long story short, we're getting more PlayStation 4s. I think that is great. The PlayStation 4 is one of the best consoles ever made. So it's great that we're going to be getting more of them. They've also been scarce as people just want to play a lot of games, and anything that gives more people access is a good thing in my book. Hey, if you like my videos, they are free, but if you would like to consider subscribing, I would greatly appreciate that. Subscribing's free. You just click that subscribe button, you click that bell, and it says, hey, Destin posted a video. You should go check it out. I do appreciate those of you who have subscribed. If you'd like to become a member, memberships are turned on also. I try and respond to every single member comment. All member videos are uploaded without ads. So if you hate the ads, you can do that. And if you want to join, you can click that join button right there. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll catch you for the next one. Bye for now.